New hoops HOFer Bill Self. The Lord has blessed me and my family beyond measure. Bill Self doesn't plan on letting his career's crowning individual honor go to his head. Speaking as the first inductee presented at the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame ceremony Friday night in Springfield, Massachusetts, Self both opened and closed his acceptance speech with the now familiar story of how he received the news while navigating Naismith Drive, named for the game's creator and Kansas's first basketball coach. The Lord has blessed me and my family beyond measure, Self concluded. There is no way an average player from Oklahoma would be standing before you tonight if his handprint wasn't all over my life. I will never take this honor for granted, and I will be more humble now than ever occupying an office on Naismith Drive. Self covered as much ground as he could fit into the roughly 10-minute speech, taking time to honor his family, past coaching stops and the assistants and former players there lived to witness Self become the fifth crew coach to join the distinct group. At one point, Self asked his assistant coaches and the several dozen ex-players in attendance to stand and be recognized. "These are my guys," Self said. "I really believe our job as coaches is to not let these players settle. Never let them be less than what they can be on and off the court, and I'm so proud to be part of this profession," Self said. "I know the longer you coach, the more you realize just how much you don't know, and I enjoy the daily challenge of trying to put this puzzle together." In acknowledging his parents, Self said he never wanted to disappoint his mother Margaret, the rock of the family, nor his father Bill Sr., the younger Self's hero and role model. One of the life lessons Bill Sr. passed along is part of Self's inscription on the base of the coach's statue outside of the facility: "Don't worry about the mules. Just load the wagon." With his parents in attendance, Self explained his father's quote. "Don't worry about things you can't control," Self said. "Just do your job, and if you do your job well, things will work out." Others, people and places recognized by Self included Larry Brown, the former crew coach who hired Self as a graduate assistant for the 1985-86 season and was his presenter Friday. "I had a chance at age 22 to work and study under one of the most innovative minds our sport has ever known, and I tried so hard to emulate you, Coach, in how I coached." Eddie Sutton, the former Oklahoma State coach who Self served as an assistant under, "It was so special watching him galvanize a community at Oklahoma State. I, like so many, feel Coach Sutton should be in this hall, and hopefully someday he will be." Cindy Self, Self's wife of 29 years, "Being a coach's wife isn't easy, and it takes on many challenges, but she has been with me through every step of this journey and has been so supportive and sacrificed so much for me to chase my dream." Oral Roberts, where Self coached from 1993 to 97, "We lost 18 games in a row during our first 2 seasons. On the baseline on the Maybe Center, where we played, the following words were painted on the court: expect a miracle. We were so bad it should have read, it's going to take a miracle. But those same players basically flipped it and we won 31 of our last 38. Tulsa, where Self coached from 1997 to 2000. "My second year was my first NCAA tournament appearance, and in the second round was our opponent, the second seed Duke. If we were just 42 points better that night we would have won that game. But we did learn what it takes to play the big boys and the blueprint of how to compete at that level." Illinois, where Self coached from 2000 to 03, after 3 successful seasons and coaching some absolute studs, the table was set for them to be great, and they were. "We would not have left Illinois unless Kansas called." There was one surprise before of Self's speech. Roy Williams, the coach who preceded Self at KU and is a fellow member of the Naismith Hall of Fame, commented on Self's induction. He said the current JHIT coach took KU to another level. "He's pushed the academic side. He's pushed doing things the right way. He's coached elite players that have gone on to be successful in the NBA," Williams said. 13 conference championships in 13 years is one of the most amazing accomplishments anybody can have. He's a quality coach as far as you can find.